You mean like what I did in English all through high school? Never read the book, took the tests, did very poorly, but you just scratch by listening in class and you just sort of think of what they might be putting on the test. But seriously, I didn't read anything in all English classes in any high school. I didn't read it.
I was way too reliant on Cole's notes, way too reliant, especially in grade 12 and 13. I think, I'm just going to go and buy the Cole's notes.
Well, some of the books and the poems and the stuff I could understand, but like Shakespeare is like no clue. So yeah, Cole's notes
I was totally lost with that, Anita. I thought, no, I've got to have an interpretation here. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you ever see the Romeo and Juliet that was done with
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. That's amazing. It's on Envy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's actually because they do the whole movie in exactly Shakespeare's talk, yet it's set in current times. So they say "doth thou" and all that kind of stuff, but it's all set in gas stations and cars with motorcycles and like guns and
gangs and
but they use actual Shakespearean words throughout the whole thing. They don't miss a beat on it. And it actually fits fantastically.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we should watch that sometime.
So I wonder if Jennifer is going to show up.
She is here.
There she is.
I had to admit her. I had to let her in.
I know.
She's the only poppycocked one with the screen portrait instead of horizontal.
And she's on a phone.
Well, you can hold that sideways. She's got to be different. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, I'm sideways.
It's all good.
Okay, we're here to just name the movie, Anita.
Somewhere in Time.
Okay.
And it was a 1980 movie. And it was based on a novel, which I did not know.
Oh,
based on a novel entitled Bid Time Return, which, okay, that sort of makes sense. This is a time traveling movie, and the novel was by Richard Matheson, and he also wrote the screenplay, I believe.
Wow, I did not know that. Wow.
No, me neither.
Oh, I like being able to see something.
To give us this information. It's great.
I don't know where I saw that, but I saw it somewhere. So it's a time traveling movie, which I don't really usually like time traveling movies. Like there was one called Timeline, and I can't suspend my belief easily, except when Captain Kirk, they go really, really fast through the space towards the sun, and then you ricochet into a different time. So like that made
more
sense.
believable.
Well, there was another time Christopher Reeve time traveled. Do you remember when that was?
No.
Where Superman went
backwards.
When he spun the earth backwards to make the time go backwards, which is about as dumb as you could ever imagine. It's not how time goes backwards, by spinning the earth backwards. All that would happen if he stopped the earth from spinning is all the buildings would fall over and crash to the ground and would pretty much all be dead. And then because we're used to spinning at 4,000 miles an hour in that direction, that's what we're used to doing. And then he spins you back in the other direction. The whole world gets wiped out. Nothing survives. Catastrophic.
Okay, so the Superman movie was in 1978, and this was in 1980. So you would think that Superman now, like Christopher Reeves, is like, okay, technically that doesn't work how time travel works. So I have a better way. I'm going to lay on the bed and wear the proper clothes and just
put some coins in my pocket.
And wish myself and
don't call it science fiction.
Right? I know.
Do you believe in time travel? Oh yeah. I'm a scientist and I know about time travel. Oh, how do you do it? You dream.
You just wish it really hard.
Yeah. That's the science behind time travel.
I know. So just watching him do it, it was like, oh, I had to laugh. I couldn't. But it's like, okay, since his spinning around the earth didn't work with physics, at least tries it this way.
But you know what I actually had the harder time with is that supposedly, well, back in time changes. So she was a recluse for years and years. And whoever that guy was that she was with, her, not her boss, but her manager or whatever, could see the future. Is that what he was telling with? Is he the one? I'm like, so did she also come from before and now? How does she know that he's coming? And then I couldn't get the storyline straight
The manager, he prophesied it to her. Like he had said something to her in a kind of prophecy kind of way, because she said, "Is this the guy you told me about?"
Mm-hmm.
And so he obviously had said something. I don't know that he's a soothsayer or anything of that nature. I think he's just weaving her stories to keep her on the line. Is all that.
Well, because that person that he talked to said, "Did you know her?" Oh, she was great up until this point in time when she was doing this show, and then after that, she was a recluse. And it's like, but she only met him for what, 2 days? She had 2 days, and her whole entire
life
is ruined in 2 days because then she never did theater, or like, what the heck?
So did she? Because she talked to him, and she, of course, when it all happened, she didn't know really that he was from the future. She must have heard about his plays through somebody, because she came to one of his plays.
Yes, right.
He said, "I'm a playwright."
And did he give her the watch, the pocket watch?
No.
What did she give him?
I think it's just meant time. I think the pocket watch just meant time. I didn't see any other way.
I was kind of lost.
Well, didn't he sit and spin it? And that's almost how he hypnotized himself.
I mean, kind of like that could be you're right. The pocket watch is the hypnosis mechanism. But I really think that she, was a recluse, and she remembered him saying, "I'm a writer and I do these plays and I do these things." And then she would have remembered what he looks like, and then would have seen it on a playbill or something. Then she came to the thing and went, "Oh, it's him. Him.
I'm old, but he's young."
Right. And so I need him back. Then she's about going to die soon. And so
the next day.
She died.
Yeah. And too, like, his name was the same too, Richard Collier. Like, it never changed. And he was that person in the 70s and the same name in the early 1900s. So yeah, it was interesting. That's for sure.
I thought that was reasonably continuity, was that he would, if he somehow makes it back to that time, he would be him. And he said he was him, and he talked about it. And then she, all her life is missing him. And then all of a sudden she sees his face and she hears that he's a writer. That's what he is. And she's watching him. And then she needs to go up to him and tell him that. But I sort of didn't like the fact that now it's 8 years later and then he realizes this. And goes to the hotel, and why couldn't it have been when she was still around, so they could have had that little discussion, and they both go back in time. She goes back.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity as far as I was thinking too, that like, and it was like he was having writer's block and everything, and he was frustrated in that room. And I'm thinking, well, geez, why didn't you? Because he was shocked when she said, "Come back to me." Like, it was just like, why didn't he pursue that then? Yeah.
Well, he didn't know of the past. He didn't know he would have that thing go on. She did. So but somehow he got this little thing in him about her when he went to that hotel, decided to stay there, saw her picture on the thing.
And was there not foreshadowing when he was having the writer's block? He was listening to music when he was trying to use the typewriter, and he was playing the song that she was it in the play?
That's right. Yeah.
It was like, I know this, or that's my favorite song. I can't remember if she said that. I don't remember how it was, but it was like, because he hadn't gone back in time yet. So
yeah, I think there's quite a bit of this movie that you just kind of suspend belief about the mechanisms of time, and let's just pretend you can, get sucked out of time and go land in another one.
The Time Traveler's Wife was, it was a book, but anyways, it was, I think, better. It was a genetic thing or something, but I think there's a movie. I haven't seen it yet, but similar. They go back in time, but they're able to they're not able to control it. They just kind of go when they go, and they're naked. And he goes back and meets his future wife when she's a child or something. And it's
yeah.
Anyway,
So
it's a
that's
little
the
bit-
interesting part of time travel is when you happen to meet the one person and then there's this connection and oh, this is wonderful and it makes now sense. But like pretending none of it was time travel, I still found the movie sort of frustrating in the he spends so much time, hypnotizing himself, and then he finally goes back in time and then he stares at her and he takes so long to approach her, and then she just looks at him and they both kind of know, and
chemistry.
I'm too much of a realist when I kind
You know
of
what I kept doing when he was walking or running or very active in the movie? I was thinking, I wonder if he went back later after his accident and thought, that is what my body's supposed to do. And with him being paralyzed, I thought, would he even go back to watch his movies again?
Would it be hard?
Yeah, it would be very hard
agree.
to look down and see your shriveled body and then see he
No.
was what, 6'4" or something.
I watch my old Frisbee videos. I can't do that anymore. I'm quite all right with it.
I was skinny once.
I love watching myself rollerblade over ramps and stuff that I can't.
Do you watch yourself? I don't watch myself.
I have some stuff far away. I should put it online at some point, but I haven't seen it in 20 years. But so there's a series called Outlander, which is about a woman who goes.
Yes, I saw that. I read it and I saw it. Yeah,
it's a woman's series. It's supposed it's the same kind of love story.
Diana Gabaldon. Yeah, she's excellent.
And that's a little bit more realistic portal time travel kind of thing. But all the women love that because it's a meek woman from the 1920s goes back into the 1400s and sees people and is treated a certain way. And
where's Jamie? So Jamie,
she's a bit of a feminist, and that doesn't work in 1400s.
No, certain things
don't do that to me. You treat me with respect.
And some of them are like, but we have the costumes right, and I'm speaking the right way.
Yeah.
So good enough.
Well, also we're getting off topic, but prior to her going back in time and then going forward or back or whatever, she was a nurse in the infantry, and then later when she went back to the previous later time, she was a doctor, surgeon, and it's like, what about all that schooling? What about
well, I think 14th century schooling is
12 years gone by in a minute.
Dr. Bob's Guide to Cutting Open the Body, I guess.
14th century.
You know how to work with leeches? Come on, be the doctor.
Come on, we need you.
So let me see what else. So it stars Christopher Reeve, of course, and Jane Seymour. And I was trying to figure out, is this before or after the what we're known for? So Jane Seymour starred in Live and Let Die. It was a James Bond movie in 1973. So that's before.
Was that the first James Bond? 73?
No, hers. She starred in there. And then Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, she did from 93 to 98. So that is after 1980. And Superman was done in 1978, which is before this movie. So
did you know that William H. Macy is in this?
Yes.
Yes, and somebody else too.
George Wendt.
Who did he play?
George. Okay, so I'm going to put it up when I write the blog.
The elevator guy? No,
he was one of the students, and he looks like a dark-haired Jewish guy though in the thing. I don't know how to share a screen with this, but I'll put it up when I do the blog of the guy who I think is George Wendt.
I have a guy I think, but I don't really. It can't be him. I can see William H. Macy. You don't see his face very clearly.
Oh no, you know it's Macy.
He speaks, and you go, that's Macy's voice for sure.
Yeah. No, it's even him. Yeah, I could tell.
But how old would he be in 78?
Who, George Wendt?
No, Macy.
I don't know. I didn't figure that out.
A teenager or an adult?
Young adult.
Oh.
Young adult.
Yeah, he just died lately. He died a little while ago. Like this year.
George Wendt, not Bill Macy.
Yeah.
But the other star was the bellman at the hotel, and that was Arthur Bale, and he played by Bill Irwin, who I've seen in so many things. I went through and looked. Barnaby Jones, Get Smart, Gunsmoke, Leave It to Beaver, Married with Children, Monk, Perry Mason, and he was in Seinfeld. He was the cranky senior citizens that they all went to visit and tried to make their lives good
in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the one, and he also starred in Star Trek: The Next Generation, in the episode when it's called "Remember Me," when Dr. Crusher somehow Wesley Crusher's mother met him, and then slowly things start disappearing, and she ends up being the only person in the universe because there's some weird thing and the phenomenon and whatever. So he was some doctor kind of guy. So that was he was on. Now this is the other thing: Planes and Trains and Automobiles. Apparently he was in that. So I have to watch that movie because I have a friend who's written a trivia book about planes and trains and automobiles. It's like I have never seen it, and it's John
Candy. I haven't either. And being movie lovers like we are, we haven't seen that.
Okay, that's the next movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have it up? Do you, Jeff? That one?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's a good movie.
We should make it the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have not seen it. I probably have seen clips of it, but it's a classic movie, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna see. So we'll see that guy in there. And the Dr. Gerald Finney was played by George somebody. He was also in Butterfield 8, and he was also a doctor for Elizabeth Taylor. So that's another connection to one of our old movies. So that was my brilliance.
I noticed that when they aged Dr. Quinn, she does not look. She's probably the age that they made her face to be. Now,
was it the same
more now than what she looked like when
it was a different actress, wasn't it?
Yeah, a different actress played the old lady.
Oh, I was gonna say because it doesn't look anything like her.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think Janet was a different person. Yeah,
you know what? I think they should have aged her, and my guess is actresses of a certain age don't want to look old, so it's like I am not going to play that. It's quite possible that she says I'm not doing it.
I'm looking at her, and I'm like, there's no right. Could it be a different person?
Every once in a while, her face would do something, and I thought, oh, that's dead on. But it's not the same person. It can't be.
No.
So, and it was the slowest first kiss. Those two, when they had their first kiss, it was so slow.
So Teresa Wright, that's the lady who played that old lady, and she was in The Exorcist 3. She was in a Perry Mason episode. She was in Best Years of Her Life, Love Boat, and Bonanza.
Oh,
Love Boat! Oh my goodness!
I love the Love Boat. I love the Love Boat.
I love the Love Boat too. It's one of my favorites.
It's starting to get better than Fantasy Island. I love what Anita. You tell me, Stacey. One of you two said. I think it was Anita. You said about the Love Boat is one of the things they did was they hired older actresses and actors to
That's
keep
right. Yeah, to give them more. Yeah,
keep them in.
Totally different. I love the old people.
To keep them in the union, to give them medical insurance, to be honest. Because
they didn't for that. And you see old people, you're so happy that they're working and got a gig and that.
Yeah, you can feel the energy on that show too. Yeah. They're just so happy to be on there. And Angela Lansbury was very good about that too. On Murder, She Wrote, she had a lot of folks on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should go down, Anita, to LA and produce a series and just hire old people to get them all in TV again, and they get their SAG cards going and stay in the union.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like Golden Girls, but it'd be like a whole old folks home kind of show. That'd be sort of fun.
An old folks home show.
You ever see Benidorm?
What?
Ooh.
Benidorm.
Nope. Oh, I haven't even heard of it.
Benidorm is
what you take for your
Betadine.
Yeah.
Benidorm is what we would think of, like Canadians think of Florida in the winter. Benidorm is where British people go, and it's somewhere in the Mediterranean. And what it is a lot of old people go there. So there's a series, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 seasons, and it's mainly old people, and they're in vacation lands with pools and leathery women who can't stay out of the sun, and they're 80 years old, and but they self-mock that kind of thing. And there's a lot of old people in it. It's pretty good. Benidorm's pretty funny. You got to watch it a few episodes before you get the pace of it in, but it's not bad. So the time travel in this one reminds me a little bit of the show Life on Mars.
Don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
So Life on Mars there's a British version and American version. I have them both. And have you all seen Sopranos?
Some, not
one
not
episode
the whole thing.
yet.
Oh, okay. In the Sopranos, Tony is shot, and then he goes into sepsis, and he's in the hospital, and he goes into a dream state coma. And then they show his life in the coma. He's a different person, and he has a family, and he's a traveling salesman, and he loses his ID, and you just watch him go through this, and then you see him every so often, even though he's got this new life that he's living, he sort of can see something going on, and he doesn't quite get what's going on, and it's because he's actually on an operating room table, and they're trying to keep him alive, and so he sort of sees through the haze. He's coming to a little bit. Just a little bit while he's on the table. Same thing happens in Life on Mars. In fact, I think they made the show Life on Mars after what happened in The Sopranos, because it was a couple of years after. And it's so well done. Starts with a British cop, and he's walking around, and he's trying to solve a case. And all of a sudden, he's hit by a car. Well, he then gets up. He thinks he's fine. And he gets up, and he looks around and goes, what's happened here? Like, this is all different. And he all of a sudden he sees a cop, and it's an old Bobby with the funny hat from the 70s. And he starts talking to him, and he doesn't understand what's going on. So he makes his way back to his precinct, and it's all 1978. They're all typing on typewriters, and he's used to computers, and they, you're the new transfer from so-and-so. And like they knew his name, and all of a sudden he's in this other world. But he also realizes, after all, he's watching something on TV, and all of a sudden something flickers on the TV, and then he realizes that's the outside world talking to him, because there is a real world out there, and he's locked in this coma.
Is that a movie or a series?
And it's really, really good. You get hooked in, like the first half an hour, you're hooked. You love the challenge of him being stuck in the 70s when that's not where he wants to be. It's very good. It's a way better time travel, because it's not time travel. It's him just being lost. And there's a guy, a comedian, I don't remember his name, Jewish guy. And he talked about doing some kind of drugs. And in doing the drugs, he was like high for 2 days or whatever. But he goes, I lived a whole life. I had like a year. I did things, and I went places, and all these things happened. I had a family. I had kids. I had like this whole life that really, really was a life.
Richard Lewis?
No,
not Richard Lewis. So Captain Picard did that on Star Trek Next Generation as well. He was hit by an alien beam, and they're going to lose him, and he lived a whole life, and he got married and had kids and tried to save his planet. And yeah.
Well, apparently there was a kid in I believe it was in the US, that also had a head injury from something, and he got married and had children and woke up from his coma like a month later or something, and was absolutely devastated that he'd had 8 years in a different life.
Right.
Had a child from the beginning, has memories of all this stuff, and his dream happened very quickly throughout his dream and his coma, and he became like totally thinking that the life that he's in now couldn't have been the real one.
Right.
It had to be the other one, but it was a brain injury, and it was in his coma. So it was like a dream that went on for 8 years in his brain.
Wow.
The show Family Man, have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And that's the same kind of thing. He's he wondered what happened to the one woman that got
Kaya
away.
Leone.
And he wakes up and he's there. And it takes him a long time to get used to it. That's what I like about that movie. It didn't just all of a sudden flip over and go, yeah, I get it.
Okay.
He got it, and he didn't.
He did, especially when he was
I don't
working
like
at that
children.
tire
I
place
don't want
with,
to be married.
Yeah, that Big Ed's tire shop or something, and he was just like, oh.
And the only one who knew was
businessman.
his daughter. His daughter's like, I know you're not my. And then eventually he becomes her daddy. And
he wants to stay. That's all he wants in the end.
Now he has to go back.
Beautiful. And
Well, that's the thing. They always have to wrap up these things, these time travel things, and it's like, how is it going to be resolved? So this one reminded me a little bit of like on Titanic. You know, they both die and they meet as their younger selves and get to go back to the hotel and be alive then. I don't know.
Yeah,
He just
it
had
did
a
have
stupid
very much
coin in
the
his
Titanic
pocket.
vibe to it. I found that too. And at the end, you know, when he wasn't eating and everything, I thought, oh, okay, he's going to pass. And then there's going to be the light and there's going to be Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
Or Elsie.
Yeah.
And she'll be holding out her hand.
I couldn't believe the size of that place. That
really
the
exists.
picture of him. Does it really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's in Michigan or Mackinac Island. Or
Mackinac
something.
Island in Michigan.
Oh, really?
And it's called the Grand Hotel. It makes me want to go there, eh? And I wonder if her picture will be on the wall. That would be interesting. I don't know. But it's like, so the picture's on the wall and a shaft of light and he falls in love with the picture and it's like, eh.
Yeah, he comes down in his pajamas in the middle of the night looking at her, staring at her.
There's one consistency. I went back to watch it to try and figure it out because I thought they mucked up, but they didn't muck up. So when he woke up again, seeing the penny, he wakes himself up because the discontinuity or whatever reason they decided to make that his reason to come out. And then he wanted to go back. Well, the date he kept muttering in his head was 2 days later than the date he was initially muttering, which is what he would do, because you don't want to go back before because you might not meet her and it might not work out. You go back to when she knows you, and this.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, sure.
I thought, because I thought, oh, he's going to say the same date because he was muttering the date at the first time. So I thought he's going to be muttering the same date, June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
2 days later, and I went, oh, they got
Not
it.
like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Well, the other thing that kind of twigged me a little bit is when her manager said to him, I know who you are and you will destroy her. And I remember thinking he kind of did destroy her.
Yeah.
Right? She became a recluse and just wanted to get back to him. Like,
He was a soothsayer kind of guy.
Yeah, I wondered that too, because I noted that as well. And it was almost like you will destroy her and her career will be done. And we never really did find out, like,
well, how did he know? Yeah, how did he know that? I should ask ChatGPT or Grok and say, how come he knew that?
Well, I don't know. Nothing has been able to tell me about George Wendt because he's not even listed in some of the things, but I don't know. Other stuff it says he is. Cat rear end.
Maybe he just didn't have weight on and he would look totally different because.
And he looked like a young Jewish guy though. So I'll post the
No,
picture.
he did. The guy I saw looked like a young Jewish guy too. And
it was the only other guy it could have been. So it has to be. Yeah. And then I found a very young picture of him and it's like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah. And I know too that there was a theme. I think it was a couple times it was mentioned about Christopher Reeve says, you don't need to be frightened of me. Why are you scared of me? You don't need to be frightened of me. Yeah, it was almost like it's like some type of foreboding or something.
Yeah, a little bit of foreshadowing. And the pocket watch. Okay, so Jeff, do you own a pocket watch?
You know, I don't. I would like it back. Dad gave me his gold pocket watch. And then at one point I gave it back because he was, into collecting all the rare things,
right.
coins and stuff. So I gave it back to him. So I would love to have that thing back.
I don't know if Mom even has it, so I will keep an eye out for it.
It wasn't in any of the stuff that we got rid of at the house. So maybe it's still. Because I know Paul and Kaden both have pocket watches, but they didn't come from Dad. They would have been.
And I bought one, so that's how old I am. Is that when my husband and I were dating? I bought him
in the 1800s.
I bought him a pocket watch.
Ah.
So he has it. Doesn't work anymore.
But
Or
Mark
it might-
still has it though, does he? Yeah.
It's still sitting in his little drawer thing. That doesn't take it out and use it, but he could if he needed to. You know, look like a Coleman Porter or what you call it from the train.
I don't remember Dad's pocket watch, to be honest.
Yeah,
No,
I took it to a place to. He had gotten it fixed at one point to make it work again, and when he gave it to me, it wasn't working. So I went to a place to see if I can get it working, and the guy said, "Oh, they made a lot of these back then. It was the Timex of the time. This was not a rare one."
No, yeah.
They're like consumers distributing.
Yes, exactly.
but it had gold in it. I don't know what carat of gold, but it had gold in it, so it was certainly neat and interesting. But it wasn't like a pocket watch. The pocket watch he had there looked pretty sweet, like that.
That was pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, I saw you take something out of the oven there earlier.
Yeah, stop
really
doing
good.
that.
What
You
was that?
mean good food.
Every time I would have forgotten if I didn't have an alarm. It's ciabatta bread, for sourdough ciabatta bread.
Looked really good. I saw the steam rising too. It's like, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, so that was a good movie. I couldn't say it was too much of a. It was in a certain genre. I think it was a really good movie of that genre, but I'm not overly fond of too schmaltzy of movies because I don't have the patience.
If you could just wish upon it hard enough, we can all go back in time as long as we have the pennies properly in our pocket.
Yeah, and you have to be wearing is he wearing time appropriate underwear?
I thought it was funny actually that they said your suit is so out of date.
Yes.
He'd gone to the secondhand shop to get it. Like who has outfits from the 1800s?
Yeah. And there were some scenes there where he reminded me of Clark Kent. You know, when he was in the hall. Yes. Yeah, very much like that.
Yeah.
I loved the relationship between Christopher Reeve and Robin Williams. They met at Juilliard when they were both taking acting, and they became very good friends. And you don't always expect that Robin Williams would be a friend with, Christopher Reeve seemed to be so kind of buttoned up kind of guy, but apparently Christopher Reeve, after his accident, was lying in his, paralyzed from the neck down. And Robin Williams came in and started, okay, doctor, let's do a colonoscopy or whatever, and was making fun. And he realized that if we can laugh at certain things, life is worth living still. So, yeah,
I can only imagine that stage in his life, not being able to move from the neck down would be absolutely destroying. Your everything. I mean, his whole career was especially a go.
And a few weeks ago, I watched Remains of the Day on MB, and Christopher Reeve was in that, and that was at least 93, I think, or something like that. Yeah. And I got thinking that's only about 2 years before his accident, and he was hale and hearty, and and I was doing the same thing, Jennifer, like watching him walk around and stuff, and I was thinking, oh boy,
yeah, that's part of life sometimes, those accidents and stuff like that.
Throws you a curveball for sure.
You must have to see stuff like that, Jennifer, at times.
Yeah, I worked in a burn trauma unit. I saw a lot of it, and it was soul destroying because a lot of them were just young and stupid, which was, diving in a hot tub, diving in a shallow part of a sandbar. I had a young girl who was 16 who was graduating, going to Juilliard the next year, and she was a quadriplegic. She couldn't move at all. Another kid was 17 and he rolled his truck and he was paralyzed from the waist down. It just nothing was fair because they were all young. Working in that trauma unit was
hard,
mentally hard, more than physically hard. It was just walking away going, these people, these poor people, the parents of these poor kids.
Yeah, life has changed.
Yeah, forever.
I remember on Upper Ottawa in the pool, I used to, dive in from the
from the roof.
Yes.
No, I jumped the roof. That was safe. So I would dive in and I was great at diving straight in, even though it's only 3.5 feet deep along the side there. I would dive straight in and just come out really, really flat out. And then one time I decided to dive with my arms behind my back. I'm going to dive in just like this.
Oh,
shit. Same thing. I land straight on my head. Like right, and it's only 3.5 feet deep water.
Yeah.
And I remember being at the bottom, just sort of going, did I really screw myself up? Because I knew about that kind of injury.
Right.
And I said, I wonder what's happened.
Oh,
And
no.
nothing totally fine. It's just, but I remember going, I don't know what's just happened. I know I did something that can cause quadriplegic or kill myself or whatever. I know that is available to me right now.
Right.
That could be one of the outcomes that are in front of me. And I was fine.
Yeah.
Well, you saved me from jumping out the second story window. Remember that?
No.
I was trying to get away from you because you're such an asshole.
Yeah, I took a butcher knife to him.
He was such an asshole, a complete and utter asshole. He locked me in my room. You would not let me out. You stood against the door, so I couldn't open the door. I was so mad at you, so I opened up the window. I pushed the screen out. I threw my leg over the side. You must have heard something. You came and you dragged me out of the window, and you dummy, you can't jump from there. You're going to break your legs. And I was so mad at you. But you saved my life. But you were such an asshole.
Oh, he was. You know what? And I tell anyone whose children don't get along, you know, I like
that's
my kids are fighting and grandkids are fighting, and it's like, you don't know, I had to be the sister to Jeff, and they all go, oh, okay. No matter how bad it is,
you were nothing compared to say what Chris and Jeff Dennis went through.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like they nearly killed each other on the weekly. Like,
yes. Yeah. We weren't
but
that.
they're I don't think they're mentally fit enough to be considered normal.
Who's this? Yeah, were these kids in Hamilton or?
Family, cousins.
Oh.
Let's hope they don't watch this, Jennifer.
They are not part of our
I don't know. Someone's going to take
fans.
a clip, but it'll be your voice saying it, not mine. They're wonderful people.
Jeff can just clip that out.
But a lot of people do, are stupid teenagers to their siblings, and they just don't get along, and then they end up growing up to be fine people. So that quite often happens.
Jeff ended up being so great.
Well, he is now. Pretty good, at least.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know why I didn't push you out the window.
Still an asshole.
I should have pushed you out the windows when I should have. Oh, you want out the window?
It was probably your one and only redeeming quality that you ever did for me. I remember trying to get into the fridge to get a yogurt. You'd stand in front, cross your arms, and you'd slam it. And I go, I just want to get yogurt. And you're like, no. I'm like, I try to open it. You slam it shut. You stand in front of it, cross your arms, and say no. And I'm like, what? I just want some yogurt. No. Or I go downstairs and I had that little remote control or the button thing for the cable. And I'd be watching something. You come downstairs and you'd rip it out of my hand. You'd push me out of the way and start watching your own whatever. And I'm like, it's crazy. I was watching that. God, why would you do that? And you're like, shut up.
What an older brother. Oh my goodness.
I remember trying to get Jennifer in trouble once. There was a cake in the fridge and I came home from school and I wanted some of that icing from that cake. So I took my little teeny finger and put it sideways and I started scraping off icing. I made fun of it. I made an absolute mess on purpose because Jennifer would have been about 5.
Right. She would have done it.
I would have been about 12 or 10 or something. So I wouldn't have ever made a mess that's obvious. I would have cleanly tried to get away with the little.
It's going to be Jennifer's fault.
I pretended it was Jennifer's fat part of a finger because it was the side of mine, and I'm making all these little finger marks in the cake. And
what a shit, eh?
And I ate it, and then I put it back, and they found out like almost immediately it was me.
So Shirley and Laura, they wanted to get each other in trouble back and forth a little bit, but so Laura took the dining room chair and carved Shirley's name in it so that, it's carved into the wood of the thing. So Shirley is in trouble. The thing is Laura spelt Shirley's name wrong. So, she forgot the E. So it's like Shirley would not have forgotten how to spell her own name.
Busted.
Yeah.
What a shit. I hadn't heard that one.
Oh, and it's like, it's no real big deal. Yeah. So yeah, the one part of this movie is when I thought, well, why do these two people love each other? And I'm going, I don't really know why.
There's no reason that they would be that drawn to each other. I mean, doing plays, and he's a playwright. That they would They didn't even talk about that. It wasn't until later that he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm a playwright. I'll tell you about that." That wasn't even initially. That was when she said something about what do you do or whatever.
Just a creep walking up the beach.
Well, he should have woken up and said, I got a good idea for a play. This.
Yes, actually, true.
Yeah, but did you see when he first was going after her, how absolutely creepy he was?
Yeah.
Where he said, it's okay. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
And he kept saying that to her in a way that it sounds wrong. No. I'm a good guy. No, I'm not one of the bad guys. So
well, maybe there was a double meaning there when he said, you don't have to be afraid of me, because he was doing a little bit of the creeper stuff. He was. Yeah.
She should have been afraid of him.
Yeah.
Back then you could get away with saying, I don't want to be like, people were so bad at being creepers that you could say that and they go, oh, okay, you're not. You know what I mean? Like that was, now we would laugh at a guy who goes, I'm not a creeper. No. Like me. Let me hug you and kiss you in public here now that we first met, because I'm not a bad guy. Like, we all laugh at that. And back then, I think that was sort of an excuse. You know what I mean? It's, back then you could meet a girl and in 2 minutes give her a passionate kiss and then go, oh, okay, that's sort of cool, romantic. Now you'd be shocked. Like,
well, Victorian the Victorian times were less so, but maybe not really. I don't know how many people really lived in Victorian times with that attitude.
Humphrey Bogart kind of, I'm just a guy and I will,
do what I want.
That existed.
Mm-hmm. So next month rather, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, and I'll show you the book. So my friend wrote a trivia book about it.
Oh,
so I'll have to read the trivia book.
Yep. So it'll be new to Anita and
Are you gonna pick out questions from the trivia book?
I might.
I'll have the answer so you can see the question.
I don't even know for sure. I think it might be like a fact book instead of a trivia book, but I might be able to.
I'm gonna have to really pay attention and then watch it again, because I watched this one like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I wasn't fresh in my head.
I did too, but sometimes it's like I'll rewind it and it's like, rewind it to what? Nothing happened. Like
I'm gonna ask Grok to give us some trivia questions about this movie. What inspired the film's story?
A book.
Yeah.
In Time Return by Richard Matheson.
Yeah, you got it.
Based on a novel.
Which famous composer created the film's iconic score, and what famous piece of music is prominently featured?
I forgot.
John Barry composed the score. The film features Sergei Rachmaninoff's Rhapsody on the theme of Paganini. What unique challenge did Christopher Reeve face while preparing for this role as Richard Collier?
He had to find the right coin.
Oh, to get the character?
Did he have an accent?
No, it's Christopher Reeve, known for Superman, had to lose weight and adopt a soft, more romantic demeanor to distance himself from his superhero persona.
Oh,
yes, I could have guessed that he wanted. I don't want to be Superman. I want to do something very different. I don't want to be pegged as Superman for the rest of my life.
Yeah, question, more like a logical presumption.
Yeah.
Where was the majority of Somewhere in Time filmed, and why was this location significant?
I would say in Michigan at the hotel.
At the Mackinac Island.
Yeah, Mackinac Island. The island's carefree historic ambience perfectly suited the 1912 setting. The Grand Hotel's timeless elegance. What was a notable production difficulty faced by the cast and crew during the filming?
Ooh, is that when they were on strike?
Yeah, look at you.
Oh, good.
Good on Jenny.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
1 point.
1 penny, 1979.
1979.
Yeah, it was funny looking at the coins that he like because my dad was a coin collector and it's like, yeah,
Hey.
coins.
Hey.
These are all pennies,
good.
some really old ones.
They have to be American though to be.
These are really old ones, even a Newfoundland penny.
Yeah, we
Before-
have one of
Look
them.
at that.
So I bought this near Alma in New Brunswick, and it was $28. I've looked up these coins. I don't know quite how to rate coin values based on,
Take the least value. Take the lowest one.
No, because the least is you can't even read it. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
know, but don't pick
I
on
think where I
circulated.
think it sort of fits, and this is worth over $100. I bought it for $28.
Hey.
And it might be more than that. There might be like 2 of them worth over more than $100.
Hey.
Good on you.
In there, they had Playboy books in like mint condition, and there's one with Trump on the cover, and she said that is $2,000.
Oh, I believe it.
Ew.
I
How
believe
old
it.
was it?
Look at Jennifer, not Trump naked.
I know.
He's just in
How,
there.
how old was it? Just his face.
I don't know, probably late 80s or something. But
When he was in his business prime television.
yeah, when he wrote the book and stuff. But they also had like
Before his grab the pussy.
Pamela Anderson on it, and what's the blonde who died?
Jenna Jameson.
No, that's a porn star. The blonde.
I don't know. I don't know a
Blonde
lot
who
of
did
porn
the jeans
people.
commercials. With
DoorDash?
Anna Nicole.
Anna Nicole. She was on one of the covers. So she was showing me and they were in pristine condition. This is a lady who ran. Anita, you would love this place. I should send you a video of it. It's called the Pink Something, and it's a
Antique shop?
Yeah, but it's like a church, and you go into it, and it is just
With
filled
Playboys.
with books and things.
Yeah.
I mean, I found this penny thing and went,
Cool. Church
Yeah.
Playboy.
yeah,
It's memorabilia and all that interesting stuff, right? That it's
Oh, yeah.
it's odd what people save and find fascinating, and the kind of things that people collect is.
oh yeah, it was. I did some video there, and I'll send it to you, Anita. You'll like just sort of see the books that were there, and I found it fascinating place.
Well, you know what? As I'm getting older, praise the Lord, I'm starting to not want to collect stuff so much. I'm in the down because I'm bordering on hoarder in like the book category and puzzles.
I wonder if that's how we. Do you think that's how we were brought up, or how anyone?
Dad's a hoarder. Dad was a hoarder, absolutely, and Mom was organized, and I'm an organized hoarder. So that.
Did you talk to Mom today?
No.
Ask her about the toaster.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
boy.
told me about the toaster. I did talk to her today.
Tell me what happened today with the toaster.
She called me yesterday. She said my toaster broke, and I go, okay. She goes, I had to go out and buy a new toaster. I'm like, okay. What did you get? Send me a picture. So she called me again today, and she said, guess what happened? Oh, she said she'd gone to the store and asked them, what can I do with this old toaster? And I said, well, you have to throw it away. She said, can't I give it to you to throw away? And they're like, no. And she has like 3 different people, and they're like, no, you have to get rid of it. You have to put it in the garbage. So she walked out of the store and she found a garbage can, so she just put it in the garbage can. So today she goes to turn her toaster on for her sandwich, and it doesn't turn on. And she's like, what? So she unplugs it. She plugs it back in. It doesn't turn on. She's like, what? So she put it in the other plug. It didn't turn on. Realizes that plug is attached to a light switch.
Right.
So the old toaster
Was perfectly
did
fine.
work.
I
was thinking they were going to come and get her because she threw the toaster in the outdoor garbage bin, and she was throwing a fine toaster away. She probably bought the cheapest toaster you could possibly find. It's probably worth about $3. The other one lasted 50 years. So
I had a 1961 paper, and they had toasters for $19. So 2-slice toaster of $19, and now you can get a 2-slice cheap toaster for $19.
Yeah, starve for it.
I know.
You're right.
Oh, poor mom. That's not funny.
It was funny. She laughed about it.
Yeah, that's the way it is sometimes.
Okay.
What else is exciting? That has nothing to do with the movie.
Here's what I don't get. So I'm looking at the MB cast and crew. Jane Seymour played Elise McKenna. Then it says Teresa Wright played Laura Roberts.
Is that the maid?
No, that's the old lady. Why do they have different names?
I don't. One was a screen name. I don't know.
Elise McKenna.
Elise McKenna was Jane Seymour's name.
Jane Seymour played Elise McKenna, but the old lady would have been Elise McKenna still, wouldn't it? Like she wouldn't use a stage name or something. Like she wouldn't use a non-stage name in one and then one non in the other. Like it says Teresa. So it says the main characters are Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, Christopher Plummer, and Teresa Wright. And then Bill Irwin, the bellhop at the old bellhop at the thing. So that lady, Teresa Wright's got to be Our Lady. But she plays Laura Roberts. I don't quite understand.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't.
It says Teresa Wright.
I'm gonna look up IMDb.
No, there was someone else. There was another woman. What did
there was the lady who opened the door and said she died.
Yeah, but she wouldn't be fourth in the bill listing here.
Unless she was a well-known person.
No, her real name's Teresa Wright. Why would it be Laura Roberts?
So we'll have to go back and watch the movie and figure out who Laura Roberts is.
Just asking Grok or Grok.
Grok or Grok or Grok.
I don't even know who that is.
Who was Laura Roberts? What was the character?
I'm just looking at the people's name. Jane Seymour. Yeah, Teresa Wright played Laura Roberts. Oh no, that must be somebody else because it says Susan French is the older Elise.
Oh,
so Jane Seymour is Elise McKenna, and then Susan French is like 7th on the bill. She plays older Elise.
So Laura Roberts played something. Wasn't there another hotel person?
Her maid opened the door.
She had a lot of screen time. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
But that's funny that she would be built 4th.
Well, sometimes it has something to do with the prestige of the actress at the time or whatever. Right. Like there's quite often there'll be a movie when the person really has a cameo, but they're practically given top billing because they're the only name in the movie. They don't do anything except say hi and bye.
Well, so I mean, I don't know that I like the movie. I'm glad I saw it, but it certainly wasn't one of my favorites because it just seemed so almost lame. They could have done so much more with with the two of them meeting now and talking and trying to figure out this whole time thing. And
but my guess is that there is a title for that kind of movie, and I thought it really fit. It really did what it did well, but I just didn't like what it did.
I didn't believe in their love for a moment.
No, I know, but there's probably a movie genre that's like. So I was at a book fair on Sunday, and they're describing their work as climate fiction. So it's fiction that has something to do with the climate. So they want to be relevant and they want people to buy because they're concerned about the climate, right? But it's like, and then there's like fireplace romantic comedies, and then there's so many genres because the way Amazon works is that if you can get top billing in your genre, that's terrific.
Oh, right.
But
even though there's no other genre ever.
No,
people with long hair liking people with short hair genre.
Exactly. And you're number one in the country.
The New York Times bestseller list is exactly that. Like I was number one in the New York Times, and the genre is so pointed.
Yes.
Books about submarines where the captain dies.
Right. Yeah.
I remember
So
one.
so this movie and whatever that genre is, I think they did a good job. I just don't like that genre. That's what it is.
I wanted to believe in the love story. They're both two good-looking people. They could have made me believe in it, but he was way too. I want to meet you. You're gorgeous. I want to meet you. Oh, we need to meet again. What? And then they sort of. I love you. I can't live without you. I want to do everything for you. 2 minutes later.
Yeah, I know.
It was just very forced.
And I can't look at Jane Seymour without thinking of a scene from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. She is outside having a baby, sitting next to a tree, I think, and no one's there to help her. Good thing she's a Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. But so she's in pain, and then she goes, ah! And her mouth is open, and she's in such pain. So it's like, oh, this is really gritty scene. And I see the fillings in her teeth. And I think, but Dr. Quinn had fillings. I just, the whole thing kind of went, oh, I guess, yeah, I'm not going to take that out.
Dang it. They should have covered up her. She could have put gum in her
Something.
fillings.
Yeah. But I think, so for Les Miserables, I think the one with Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman, in the story, she pulls out her teeth to sell them to get money for her daughter. And I think that you do see the character missing teeth. And it's like, holy cow, I don't know if it was CGI or what, but it's like that was done well because no one else, when they play that part, is going to pull their teeth.
To be honest, that's one play I've never seen. I've never seen the movie.
Les Miserables.
I know.
It's my favorite play.
Same here. I've never seen it. Good. Never seen it. No.
I thought I was the only one in the universe.
Play.
Well, there's the play, and then they've done a musical, and then they've done so. There's the one with Hugh Jackman is relatively.
I heard it, but
yeah,
I've never seen it.
I just learned something that pertains to what we were talking about. In IMDb, it says George Wendt is in this movie, and it says student 1972 scenes deleted. Scenes deleted.
Oh, that would be why he's
on the
not
cutting
in
room floor.
Yeah, because the guy in the picture, it's like that can't be George.
No, that can't be.
And that was the only one it could be, though. So,
and when you look at the credits, he's listed.
Yeah,
he's listed in the credits.
That's only because he's famous now.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because the 11th rated person is William H. Macy, and he's in for like a fraction of a second.
I know he comes on.
You don't see it. When he speaks, he's blurry. I'm purposely blurry.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay, so we give up on seeing George Wendt there because
we don't have to struggle. You don't have to now. Anita,
go back
because I struggled. I looked. I'll show you the pictures of what I did screenshots, and I just like hang on, it's like it's not him.
And you're going to say this is George Wendt.
No, I wasn't going to. I was going to say this is the only one who could be. This doesn't make any sense because it doesn't look like him.
And he was on the cutting room floor. Can you believe it?
Oh, geez.
I bet you they're regretting that. They should do it, inserting him, and then re-release the movie, and that might make it better.
Well, let's do a letter writing campaign.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, we don't. AI could do it. He's gonna walk through the scene where all the college students are with the beer in his hand, and people are gonna say, "No."
Well, I'm going to look for some other show that would have had him around that kind of time.
Well, I have a picture of him from his younger years, and he had this eyebrow, the unibrow, that was so thick, and it's like, oh.
So he was in some episodes.
He's had it fixed, right?
Taxi and Alice. But so now he started on Cheers in '82. So in '80, he would have been that as big as he was. So he wouldn't have been a thin guy then. There's no way.
Yeah.
So nothing really. A Wedding, Bronco Billy, My Bodyguard, Somewhere in Time. So yeah, it was one of his first movies.
My Bodyguard with Chris. What's his name? Or My Bodyguard with Whitney Houston?
No, my Bodyguard with he's an engineer from 1980. I don't even know if Chris.
I thought My Bodyguard was the
Chris Makepeace. Yeah, Chris Makepeace.
Yeah.
Chris
he was
Makepeace.
in that.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I like Chris Makepeace in that movie.
Yeah, he's not very big in it because the first 20 people are listed and he's not one of them. But he's
Sometimes it's done in order of appearance, and they don't actually appear until.
Jennifer, did you know that I'm in IMDb?
No.
Yes, you are, right?
Yeah. I
Did
am.
you insert yourself?
No, Mr. I think of the word man, right?
Cyberman, the movie Cyberman.
Oh.
And it was listed there, and I went, I'm in that. And I looked, and it says you can add your names to it. I can do that. I put my own name in.
Oh,
The other
yes,
guy-
of course.
The other guy who was interviewed with me, he did it too, because I see his name in it.
Oh, that's good.
I have famous siblings.
Yeah.
Well, I Googled myself and asked Gemini, ChatGPT, who is Anita Zoldersman? What has she done? It's like they came up with some stuff. It's not bad. You gotta Google yourself.
I don't think Jennifer Smith's gonna yield much.
No, but just say Jennifer Smith and sourdough.
Oh. TikTok, Instagram famous. Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Maybe.
I have at least 1,000 posts.
I'm way more than me. I've posted in such a long time.
I keep waiting.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will see you all next month when we will be planing and training and automobiling.
Oh, I
It
can't wait.
sounds like fun.
Such a good movie. A
Awesome.
little more lighthearted.
There's gonna be something better.
See ya.
Okay, see you all next
Bye.
month. Bye. Bye. Stop recording.